Hey guys, this is 97 Lego Maniac with another video, and today we're going to take a look at how to build the Hulkbuster armor. You guys been waiting for this for such a long time, and the reason why I'm making this video is because this is a 3,000 subscriber special. I mean, I could have done this a long time ago, but the thing is, I was super busy, and I had like other minifigures to showcase. If you haven't checked out the Teen Titans minifigure showcase, be sure to check that out. And for the future, you guys will definitely see future minifigures like I have here. Like ignore these two figures in the back. Spin-off showcase for the Titans, and that was my phone. And here's a good look at Zoom. He will be in a showcase much later in the future. And obviously, I'm working on Star Wars: Force Awakens, as you can see here. For the minifigures, I'm planning to make a few of them for the upcoming film, and they will be released the day before. And for Transformers, if you guys don't know, I made Transformers a long time ago, but I don't make them as much as I used to. But I did made my first ever Transformer using mixel joints, and that is he can't really fit in the camera here. That's blackout, so that's some news for you. And also for my second channel, besides the Sunday vlogs, I am making custom minifigure tips, so be sure to check that out. So yeah, a lot of people keep wondering, like, how did I make this Hulkbuster, and a lot of people actually liked it. They think it's one of the best. I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but it's definitely, I do like this design. It's not completely totally accurate like with the chest area here, but I still think it's good, despite the fact he's still a little bit too big. If you guys remember that Age of Ultron showcase, which is also available in my channel. So let me do a breakdown on this guy so you can see how he was built. If you guys want to learn the number one important thing about Lego is that you need to have a good base, and that's what we're going to start off, the base. So like what I did in my Ironmonger video, I'm not gonna take every single parts, but I will explain what you need. And if you guys do not have these parts, you can improvise. So what I used here, I use first off, this new Lego piece, which is basically the flat tile piece but has the studs outward, so that way you can tab them underneath the place. And I find this really useful. I mean, I can totally see that useful for future Transformers if you need those. So and you can start off with this hinge piece here, because you do need this for the front part of the chest. The mixel ball joints with this angular backwards piece, and you need like a 2x2 and a 1x4. And so that's basically how you make the base. Feel free to pause the video so you can get a better understanding. And now for the sides, you basically start off with a series of black pieces, these black angular pieces, and then these are relatively new. And you get like you can use a 2x6, but I don't have a 2x6 in dark red. I only have a 1x6, so you can do whatever you want. And I have a random 1x2 tile here, and you get these. You basically need these series of tiles back here. This will be important in the future, and you lastly take this, and this will basically be the buttock of the Hulkbuster, and you tab these in together. So that's basically one part of the base. Now the next thing you need to worry about is you gotta give some sort of a shape, like some sort of body shape here. So you have these angular pieces, you connect those, and now this is kind of complicated, but they all connect. You basically need to make two series of these pieces, these hinge pieces. What basically, that's why this tile is important, so that way this can actually connect, and it can actually make this sturdy. And so yeah, again, if you don't have to use 1x2 tiles like that. You can go by 1x4 if you choose to. I just went with this because I kind of ran out of 1x4s. But the thing is, this piece is really important though, the angular piece. That's what makes this thing durable. Yeah, so you tab that in. And what this does, not only, let me tab this back too. Not only these angular pieces give the shape, but also it gives support for this. So that way, just in case something happens. And now, you need to make these. So what it is, it's these two side bricks. I don't know what they're called, so I'm just gonna make up random names. You need a mixer ball joint, couple studs, and a 1x2 tile. And you basically need two separate one of those. And if you guys want to know which one's the left, which one's right, the stud that's facing towards you with a mix, facing to my left, that is the Hulkbuster's right, and this is the left joint of the Hulkbuster. And then you basically need to, it's basically gonna tap into this angular piece here while tapping into the base. So you can see that it's a pretty complicated design. It took me a long time to figure out how to do this, but once I got it, I realized it's genius. Yeah. You just need to fiddle around a little bit. So yeah, that's what you basically get. And now you need something for the back, because you can't just have a hole like this. And plus you need the shoulders. So that's why you're gonna get these. I'll go over what the stud does, but you basically need to build these two, and these kind of represent the arc reactor, even though they'll be covered. And once you like place them together, you notice how these bricks are suddenly parallel, and so that way it will fit later on, and that's also really good, because that's going to be extremely useful. And these two stud here, that comes the shoulder bits. And there you go. And now, to form like the top part, you're gonna get the series of these. You're gonna basically build this. You have these two hinge pieces. And I'll break this down even more. And you have these like slope pieces in dark blue and light blue. And they're gonna be in transparent. These are gonna be like the arc reactor bits. And you basically build this. You combine them together, and you place them up top, just like that. And you basically plug this tab here into this. And notice these slope pieces exist because that's what helps rest these two angular bricks. So you see, this whole thing is compacted. And you can see it barely comes off because they're all compacted together, but it'll be even sturdy when we form the back. Now to form the back, here's a basic rundown. You have these two angle pieces, and you have 6 series of jumper plates. And for the bottom, you basically need these 2 angular plates, just like that. You get 1 vent piece, place it in the middle, and you make 2 of those. These will be kind of like the back arc reactors, and that's how you form the back piece. And then we can tap this whole entire thing here. So you notice how they're in an angle that matches up the back, and your Hulkbuster will not come off except for these top pieces. I mean, other than that, the foundation is incredibly sturdy and nothing's coming off. So you can see that this thing is genius. I mean, it really is. I mean, I was really proud of how it turned out. So you can like tap all these, because sometimes they can get kind of loose if you keep dropping it, like what I keep doing when I was demonstrating to you guys. So yeah, so that's how you basically form the chest. And I'm not going to include his head, but yeah, so that's the base. We can move on to the front piece, and it's really simple. This is what you need. I don't have to go over it. Plug that in, and for the sides, what I did, I basically made this 2 different types of angular piece with a stud, and you need this back brace with this little clip piece, and you have to put it in like the middle hole here, just like that. This will form the left chest, and you need this angular piece and plug it in like that, and the hinge will connect here. That is how you build. And you have to do the same to the other side, and that's how you will build the chest, the main chest compartment itself. And they are articulated, so you can move them around. Even there's like a little hole in the neck brace, so that also has some mobility. So you can move that, and you can move it just like that. Even though the Hulkbuster in the movie didn't do that, I mean, but the way they did it in the movie, it was kind of cheating. What I did, it actually looks like an actual suit, and you can put an Iron Man minifigure in here, but you just gotta adjust his arms, so that way his arms can be above the neck brace. So yeah, and we'll just include a head. You just need your Hulkbuster head, and that's the body. Now onto the rest. Now keep in mind, guys, the arms and legs, they're both proportionally symmetrical. So that way so I'm just gonna show you guys how to build the right side of like the arms and leg. I'm not gonna do the same thing because really there's no difference for both sides. Unlike Ironmonger or the Rhino, because they both have like their arms have like different elements but the Hulkbuster, it's all the same. So to go over the right leg, you need these two pieces together, and you guys know what this is. And what you also need, you need to build this some sort of contraptment, just like that, like what I have here. And the studs that are facing forward, all these stuff in the back will fold out and form basically the back part of the leg, like some sort of like a nice element of detail. Next, you need something like this, but reversed, just like this, because notice how they're reversed. So you need that, and place it together. And that's how you form like the 2x2 area. That's how you do it. And you need these two pieces to form like the thigh. So that's the Hulkbuster's thigh. And again, it's symmetrical to the other. Sorry for moving the camera. So they're basically both the same. Now the leg. This is pretty difficult. It took some time. It's kind of like the Ironmonger in some cases, but not really. I mean, I'll show you guys that. Now to form the bottom half, you basically need to make this just a mixo joint, but has a kind of like a cup shape, a 1x2 tile with two like studs, and you basically need to make this. We all have this before. This was in the, if you have the Hulkbuster set, it will be much easier, so you can get the parts you need. You basically need to combine this, and another thing you need is like basically make the heels and the bottom arc reactor, and this is basically how you make them. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Feel free to pause if you need to like look at it carefully. And that's how you basically make the back part. Now to make like the toes, how the toes work, this is how you do it. I'm gonna take this off here. It's basically, the secret is the four-sided brick, and you basically need a jumper plate, and you basically tap this right into the middle. Have this like slope, tap it in the other side, and the last two basically form the toes. And how this works is basically a jumper plate, and you just need to like angle it. So that's basically the toes and how it looks more blocky and more four-sided. That's the secret. Trust me, when it comes to like when you're building suits, the four-sided like a stud piece, it does help a lot. So yeah, that's basically the basis of the foot. And to basically make the rest of the detail, you have this, you have the stud in the center, so that's how you make like the arc reactor on the kneecaps. And there's one more arc reactor, but on the side you basically make the same exact one, and you tap it into the side just like that. And you got to make sure that this is angled correctly, so that way you have room, because unfortunately this won't fit in, which wouldn't really matter, because when you're displaying a Hulkbuster, you don't really do much poses anyway. You have another jumper piece with another sloping tile, and that's basically the leg. And you can combine this together, and there you go. There you have your legs, and we can like connect them to the rest of the body. You can connect these two legs, and there you have the bulkiness of Hulkbuster. Alright, and that's it for the video. Goodbye. I'm kidding. Now on to the arms. The arms are definitely one of my favorite parts. What you need is like this, another sort of mixo joint, but this time just it's for you make the hand, and it is super posable, and you can make arc reactor poses, just like that, and it's really cool. Before, this gauntlet used to have some articulation, like you can actually fold the gauntlet out like this before. It had some movement, but the problem is, because of that, it makes it too thick and it hinders this elbow articulation even more, and it did not work, unfortunately. As much as I would love to include it in there, it just simply looks weird and it just couldn't work. So that's why there's no articulation for the gauntlets, unfortunately. And plus, also, the reason why I want to have an articulation for the gauntlets, because we did saw that the LEGO group did have like stud shooters, like blasters up here. That's because we actually did saw in the movie. Right when the Hulkbuster is about to use this, the Hulk just like smacked the suit out of the way before pinning it on the back. If you guys remember that scene, there was 2 blasters here. It was never used, and it was only there for like 2 seconds, and it was pretty quick. And you basically made 2 of them, just like that, and you can tab them to the sides. I recommend like pulling up the helmet first and put your finger right where the arm socket is, because sometimes when you push in the sockets, this may push this whole suit inward and may fold into itself, and you might break it because all the stress you're applying. So just be very, very careful and do the same thing. And congrats, you have your Hulkbuster. Now he won't fit in the camera, so I'll just move it back. So yeah, there's your Hulkbuster, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for 3,000 subs. If you use this design, please be sure to give me credit, because everyone knows